morning, everyone. Welcome back. Before I get started on my update for today, which is day 4, for my subscribers who are following this journey with me and have watched all of my videos, I apologize if this starts to feel like Groundhog's Day, because it already does to me, where it's like the same thing every day, same foods every day. But this is literally just to keep me accountable and to show you guys what I'm having every single day. I just wanted to say welcome to any new subscribers that have joined over the last couple days. And if you don't know what you've gotten yourself into, just a quick background. If you're new to keto, my husband and I are doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. BBBE or triple B and E. There's a couple different ways people say it. And it is an elimination diet. It's a very strict form of carnivore. It's basically a reset to get us back on track for the new year. And all you can eat is beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And if you want to know what's really included in that, I will link a video up in the corner for you to go back and watch the original video where we kind of introduce this whole thing. I don't want to go through all that again. I'm getting ready to start my day. I usually start my mornings off going over to help my mother and father-in-law. As most of my subscribers already know, my father-in-law was in a motorcycle accident in October 17th of 2021. He's bedridden now, and my mother-in-law needs help daily taking care of him. So between my husband and I, we go over there about 3 times a day to help change him. We use a Hoyer lift to get him up into a wheelchair several times a week, just so that he's not just laying in a bed all day. We have to rotate him. So that's just normally part of my daily routine. It has been a little crazy the last couple weeks because Mike was on vacation, but now that he's back to work, I'm getting back into my normal routine of going over and helping her first thing in the morning before I go out and work. And again, for those who are new, I DoorDash. So I spend a good part of my day in my vehicle. That being said, I don't break my fast until noon, but I've already got my coffee made. If you are new and you want to know what's in my fat coffee, it was in my day 1 vlog. That's something else that's new. I usually only record 1 video a week. I'm a 1 video a week girl, but because of beef, butter, bacon, and egg and trying to keep myself accountable, I have committed to doing a video every day. So here we are. So I got my fat coffee. I have 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I also keep salt in my purse, so I have salt for those. I have a ½ ounce of spicy pork rinds, and I have 1 Thrive Market beef stick. That is what I'm taking to eat in my car for lunch today, and I will break my fast right around 12 o'clock. Next, I have electrolyte drops, because we have to make sure when we're doing keto, especially a stricter form of keto, that we are getting tons of electrolytes. So I'm adding this to a bottle of water, 1 dropper full, and I'm going to take the electrolytes with me, and that way if I open another bottle of water while I'm on the road, I can add those. And then I also take an electrolyte tablet every morning. And that's it. Again, I know it's boring because it's like the same thing every day, but here we are. I just appreciate you guys so much. All of your comments. You guys are just, I can't even tell you how amazing you are and how much you help me. And I hope that this journey and me responding back to your comments helps you, because that's what we're here for. We're a community and we're here to help each other. The keto community is just one of the best. So if you're new to keto, I just highly encourage you to get involved in the keto community. The people are the greatest. Anybody will help you if you need help with anything. You can check out 2 Crazy Ketos has a Facebook page where there's tons of encouragement. You can check out Ready Set Keto's Facebook page or their YouTube channel. You will get tons of encouragement there. Heath and Shelly from Hungry Heath, they just started a brand new Facebook page. So there's that group of people. There are so many, and everybody in there is wonderful, and it's a ton of crossover. So what I mean by that is it's the same people. It's a lot of the same people that are involved in this. So that's how you just truly get to know people. And we do meetups, we go to conventions, and we get to see each other in person, and I just love that. I already got my tickets for Ketopalooza, and if you are going to be at Ketopalooza, drop a comment down below. Last year, and it was amazing. And I got to meet and talk to so many wonderful people that I already knew from the keto community, but just to get to give them a hug and talk to them in person and build stronger friendships. I have a very close bond now with Emily and Robin and Callie and Pat. We have a group chat that we're in and we talk daily in there. So good morning, sunshine.
Hi.
My daughter just walked in the door.
Oh, are you filming?
Yeah. That's all right. After Keto-Palooza, I got to know more people online and then found out that they were at Keto-Palooza and that we didn't even get to talk. Jackie from Jackie's Jinx Journey, we were both there, and since then we have been forming a friendship, but I didn't get to talk to her at Keto-Palooza. Deb and Cindy were there and didn't get to talk to them, so I'm looking forward to this year to getting to see and meet more people in person. Again, just an encouragement to get involved in the keto community because we all truly lift each other up. So I'm going to go ahead and get my day started, and we will be back with you tonight when we are doing our dinner, our second meal of the day, basically. So I hope you all have a great day. See you later. Also, you guys know that I got this gimbal. It was an early Christmas present from Mike to help me film vlogs on my phone instead of taking out a big bulky camera and filming that way all day, especially while I'm vlogging daily. It's just easier, which it drives Mike crazy because then things in the background, like the sign, "Let your faith be bigger than your fear," is backwards. You can't even read it. Or our shirts, everything is backwards. So I'm sorry about that. But because I just got this gimbal, I just realized as I was taking it off that it has a light on top. So I don't know if that helped. Do I look better or worse? It probably is magnifying all my wrinkles and everything, but I'll have to try to remember to use that. And if you guys watched yesterday's video, I didn't realize that when I would get Snapchats and text messages while I was filming, that it was pinging on my phone. And so when I was editing and I was talking and I kept hearing ding, and I'm like, what is that? And Mike goes, it's probably you getting a message. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. So today I put my phone on do not disturb before I started recording. So hopefully that will take care of that problem. And I apologize for that. It was really just in the beginning of the video. And this was my third day of recording and I hadn't noticed it before, or it hadn't happened before. So I didn't realize that it had done that. So I apologize, guys. So yesterday I told you guys that I had a sinus headache for a better part of the day. That eventually went away, but today in Northeast Ohio, the rain and dreariness continues. It's lovely out. I'm sick and tired of being wet, guys. I'm over it. I would almost rather cold and snow than this getting wet thing. Also, before I forget, when I was saying earlier about the girls that I have built friendships with and have a daily group chat with some of these ladies, I forgot to mention Leanne. Hi, Leanne, if you're watching. I thought about it after I left. I was like, oh, forgot Leanne. I love you, girl. Oh my goodness, guys. What is that? What's that thing in the sky that's trying to poke through the clouds? Still raining, but the sun's trying to come out. Guys, I'm so excited. The sun is out and it has officially stopped raining. I have been out in this. It is currently 4:15. So I've been out in this about 5 hours and it has finally just stopped raining. Okay guys, we're home. It's almost 5:30 and dinner is ready. What we did here was just some of the pork that we bought. It's just, there's Mike's plate. It's just pork. There was nothing else in it, completely clean, with some scrambled eggs, and we toasted up some egg life wraps and we put a little bit of hot sauce on it. So it's like a breakfast burrito kind of thing.
Well, actually, Dawn put the hot sauce on. I did not.
Yep.
That's why I showed you my plate, because I do not eat hot sauce.
Mike doesn't like hot sauce.
Not like that. I'll eat it when you mix it in with buffalo chicken dip, but
yeah. So that's dinner tonight. Take a bite. So what do you think, sweetie? Good?
Mm-hmm.
We had steak 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
So let's try and mix it up a little bit. Make something that would taste different. So real quick while we're eating, tell me about your lunch today. What did you end up doing?
I did the same thing I do every day at lunch. I watched everybody else eat all these fat, disgusting, not good for you treats, and then offer me some, and I had to politely say, don't tell my wife I'm going to eat these. And then when lunchtime did roll around today, because we didn't have any bacon because you ate the rest of the bacon yesterday, I took 2 beef sticks and I ate pork rinds. I ate about 2 servings of pork rinds instead of just 1, and I ate both beef sticks. I felt much better after eating that because I had a little bit more. That did help.
But he does need to eat more for lunch. So we are going to cook up a couple extra hamburger patties tonight on the Blackstone so that he can take those with some bacon, and hopefully that'll be more filling for you. Because you guys saw I always have 2 hard-boiled eggs with my lunch, and he doesn't eat hard-boiled eggs, so it kind of limits what he can have. We also cooked up 2 more packages of bacon, so we'll have bacon in there.
For like 2 more days.
Yeah, so that should last us a couple more days. We are going to go ahead and finish up this dinner, and I'm going to read my chapter in Dr. Berry's book.
No questions today?
Oh, I did have a question, and I don't remember what it was. If I remember what it was. Oh, I remember what it was.
Is this a question for me?
Yeah, it's a question for you. It's a little bit of TMI, but since we've been doing this now for 4 days, we're at the end of our 4th day, how have things been going as far as like gas?
Gas? I'm not the one in this relationship that has gas.
Right.
No, to be completely honest, since I've been doing keto, even in the flexible mode, like, I've not had an issue with that. The only time I get an issue with that is if I go off plan multiple times in a week. Like if we go out to dinner multiple times in a week and I eat what I want to eat, I notice differences and issues. Other than that.
And I'm not just talking about gas like out the backside. I'm talking about burping.
All together.
He has always been very, very gassy. Burps a lot, you know.
Hence the carbonated beverages comment also from yesterday, because that is devastating. I mean, it fills up, it bloats, causes all kinds of problems. And because I don't do that as much.
I've just noticed this week, because you're not drinking the pop, that you're definitely not like burping as much.
Well, I wouldn't have drank the pop except last night at the restaurant if I was drinking pop.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're completely right. Totally different. I'm not bloated at all.
That's awesome.
Not at all.
I mean, we're only 4 days in, and I was just kind of thinking about, like, have we noticed any changes yet? I was thinking about the gas, because I haven't noticed you having any. So I was thinking about that earlier, and I was going to ask you about that. So I'm glad you brought up that I had a question, because it reminded me.
Yeah, I was kind of just goofing around with that. But that's cool. I'll answer anything you want to ask me. So
I know. All right, we'll be back with you guys later after I read my chapter and to wrap up the vlog for the day. Okay, guys, here we are again, the end of the night.
It's starting to sound like a broken record.
Well, it's funny you say that, because in my intro today, I said Groundhog's Day. So basically the same thing, where we're like, it's like the same thing every single day.
I literally feel like we're in the exact, well, we are in the same spot, in the same position, but it's just weird because you say the same thing and everything.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I had to apologize for that, because I told him, I said, it literally feels like Groundhog's Day. So
that's what happens when you do a video every day.
And I told him about the light.
I see that.
We're using our pretty light today. So do we look brighter? So I just finished reading chapter 2 in Dr. Berry's book, Lies My Doctor Told Me. So for any new people that have just started joining, one of my goals for the month of January was to read that book. So it basically works out to about a chapter a day, 27 chapters, and there's 31 days in the month. So I have a little bit of leeway, but to get it read by the end of the month. So I just read chapter 2, and chapter 2 really talks about the fact that as doctors, they get no nutritional training. In 4 years of medical school, Dr. Berry said it was like 4 hours?
Well, I'm sure there's more than 4 years of medical school, or you mean 4 hours of nutritional training in medical school? You said 4 hours of medical school.
No, 4 years of medical school.
4 years, yeah. They
get literally no nutritional training. Unless your doctor is doing research on his own, the information that they're giving you is just very minimal. Like, they haven't learned this stuff.
I mean, that should be common sense too, because there are so many specialty doctors, right? So like if you go to the hospital or something, certain doctors will not answer questions about certain things because they weren't trained in that area. But yet in the nutritional area,
they all seem to think that they know, but it's just information that's been sent to them and said to them year after year after year. So they take it as fact when things have changed, even since they've gone to medical school. So the little bit they did learn might not actually be the same now.
It might not be accurate. Another thing too is they said that the doctors, when they get that information, even if it's sent to them, or if they do happen to go online and look up a certain study or a certain, paper that was written about a certain area, they only usually comb over it, like they glance over it.
And read the conclusion.
And they go to the conclusion.
Yep.
And then they put together their own thoughts, based on just that information without actually looking at the numbers and and a lot more detailed
really
information.
Diving in. Because they just, and Dr. Berry said, honestly, they just don't have the time to do that. They're very busy and they don't have the time to go in and do research on something that may or may not help them in the end. So
right, yeah.
They're giving you this information and, they should be held to a higher standard, of course. But again, we go back to what we talked about 2 days ago, where this is your health and you need to take control of your own health.
Yeah.
And not just blindly follow what these doctors are saying.
Especially today, because we just have too much information at our fingertips. The internet, I know not everything you read on the internet is correct or true.
Not? Wait.
Except all the cool stuff they put on there about me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, there's just too much information. You can find out more things. And I don't know if it's in chapter 2 or chapter 3, but Dr. Berry suggests that then you take that information that you find, take it to your doctor, your next visit, your next physical.
Nope, you're getting ahead, I think, because I haven't read that. So.
And then wait for you to read chapter 3, and then we'll tell you about it later.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
See, I jumped ahead because I'm a chapter ahead of you.
Yeah, so I've just read chapter 2, and I plan on reading chapter 3 tomorrow. So if it's in chapter 3, we will discuss it tomorrow. But that's just a short glimpse of what this chapter was about. And it was also basically telling you that the doctors are not intentionally lying to you.
And I was going to say that too.
They are not trained properly, and they are using the tools that are available to them. And that was the bottom line of it.
And he said they're human, right?
Right.
And they just don't have enough time.
Right.
I mean, they have families, they have other things outside of their job that they want to do, and there's just not enough time in the day for them to sit down and read 20 or 30 thesis statements and studies about nutrition. They just don't have the time. So think about what you do. Think about the stuff that you want to do in a day.
I barely have time to read emails.
The fact that you're doing this video every day,
I know,
is amazing because you have too many other things. And that
doctors
you need to
work long hours, and then they're expected when they're not at work to study and learn all this and new information.
And that's after they already went to school.
Right. So. Anyway, that's just what this chapter, a small portion of what this chapter was about. And we're going to wrap up this video because Mike does have to go over and help his mom. And I am going to try to get this uploaded as quickly as possible because last night it was almost midnight. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good
night. Bye.
Bye.